Hey, this is Kat at Red Mountain Shaman, and I share shamanic wisdom through my own personal experiences, shamanic journeys, meditations, synchronicities, dreams, visions, channeled messages, art, and music. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing a channeled message I received from Mary Magdalene. The question I asked her was formed after I read that the Christian church confiscated the last drums of the Sami shamans in the 1800s. My question to her was, why has religion demonized earth-based spirituality, and why do they still fear it? And this is her response. My dear friend, this is a very deep question, and the answer has many facets to it. But I will give an abbreviated perspective from my own consciousness. Earth-based spirituality is nature-based spirituality. You have been told that a connection to nature is a connection to the Creator. Christianity was invented after my beloved Yeshua departed from the physical earth realm. His words were taken out of context in many instances and used for purposes that were not of the Father or the Great Spirit. This does not mean that all religious practices or beliefs are false. There is much wisdom and true prophecy from several sacred texts, including the Bible, the Quran, the Kabbalah, the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Gnostic Gospels, and others. For the Creator has always sought communication with His children. However, there has been much misinterpretation, much removal of the most empowering teachings, and much that has been twisted and used for ill purposes of those who seek to disempower and control humanity. Those whom I speak of include the ego-based human mind, as well as low-frequency spiritual forces that are animating a certain portion of humanity who have sought to keep the people of Earth in a lower state of consciousness. Part of their objective is to keep humanity from their own direct connection and experience with the divine. This is what shamanism, or animism, and earth-based spirituality is based on. These spiritual paradigms have the means to reach spirit since the beginning of time on your planet and used in every culture. Religion has played a large part in the accomplishment of the objective to keep humanity from their own connection to spirit by keeping people reliant and controlled by it. Some religions have amassed enormous power and wealth as a result of implementing measures to reach this objective. These measures have kept humanity in a state of submissiveness to the Church by seeking the leaders of these religions for guidance and by following the rules that religion has implemented rather than forging their own symbiotic relationship with the divine. The Church has set up a boundary between humanity and the divine so that people are reliant on the leaders as a go-between or mediator for their guide. For this service that they perceive the Church to be providing, there is almost always an exchange of money. This leads me to the topic of exchanging money for spiritual services. As you know, I was a healer in my own right and still am. I traveled with the Master around the countryside, teaching and healing all who were open to our message. One of the things we were taught was love and manipulation of energy. We showed the people that through our direct connection to source energy, we were able to heal many people spiritually and physically. We never set up a church as some churches would leave you to believe. We traveled extensively by foot, and we were always surrounded by the power of nature. There were only a few times that I witnessed the Master Yeshua express rage. One was when he saw the temple being a place of money exchange, and what was supposed to be a place of spirituality became a place of exchanging goods, or a marketplace. So you see how easily a place of worship can be corrupted. Another time I saw him angry, and you will not find this recorded, was when he came against my father for his unfair treatment of me due to the patriarchal beliefs of the time. This heavy masculine-based energy or control and superiority has continued for a very long time, and as I have said, is now coming into balance with the feminine. It is well known that Yeshua was far ahead of his time, and he taught many esoteric concepts that were removed from the Bible. He was very vocal about the governmental and religious systems of that time. As we traveled, teaching evolved concepts that many people did not correctly grasp, we still healed many people and we gave them hope. We tried to empower the people, but the time we were living in was extremely restricted as far as women were concerned, and as far as thinking outside of the religious box of that time was concerned. But because we were teaching things that were of the true nature of the universe and of man and his relation to the Creator, many were open to our message, and they did donate money to our mission. The difference in paying money to a church compared to the money that we received as healers and teachers is that we did not seek to deceive, become exorbitantly rich for self-gain with the money of those who were common people or control any person. Our mission was to empower our followers with the Christed light and the wisdom of the Creator. Our mission was to truly heal people. We used donations so that we could eat and other things that were necessary for our survival and for our mission. Now, I am not saying that every church does these things with the money they receive, but many do. And many are committing far worse crimes with that money than you can begin to know. This will be revealed in due time. Any religion or spiritual practice, including shamanism, can be used for good or ill. It is up to the person practicing it to have their own connection to the Creator and the intuition of the higher self for discernment. Everything is dependent upon a person's intentions. Your intentions can be stated at the beginning of any spiritual practice for the guidance of the Creator to lead you towards the highest good of all involved. There is a light inside each one of you. It is the light of Christ, and once you connect to that Christed light, your discernment will lead you through the quagmire of deception and into the truth of all that is. Yeshua and I have returned for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, for those who have a clear and open heart to the joyous things of the Spirit. We wish to impart to all who are ready and all who seek to purify and prepare themselves. Until we speak again, dear one, I am Mary of Magdalene. So thank you for listening to this very interesting information from Mary Magdalene, and as always, use your own discernment. If you're interested in the artwork, music, or scheduling a session with me, see the links below. I will speak to you guys again in the next episode, and have a beautiful day.